All right, guys, coming to you live. That's right, Yeet Squad. It's time for another week of Power Rankings. I think it's week 5, I guess, because I'm 4-1, thanks to Nick Wycliffe. That's right. Going to address it quickly, get out in front of the story, just like John Gruden did. Going to take care of business. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Today's episode is sponsored by Weller Special Reserve Bourbon. That's right, the original wheated bourbon. Why am I drinking? Because Nick fucking beat me. Talk about poetic justice. Anyway, let's get into it. Segment number 1. That's right, your Iowa Hawkeyes. Number 2 in the country, baby. Can you believe it? Thank you, Texas A&M. Thank you, Penn State. You did your best. You tried. You faked injuries all night long. We still came out on top. Tory Taylor, Heisman, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Everyone, this weekend, probably Saturday, I need you to cheer for Kentucky as they play the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs. Cyclones, suck it. Remember at the start of the year, oh, this is our year. We have 22 returning starters. Breece Hall, Brock Purdy, both Heisman candidates. We're so good. Matt Campbell, nah. Suck my nuts. You guys, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Cross that one right off the list. Done with that segment. Number 3, third segment of the night. There's been some controversy around the league, the National Football League, that is. John Gruden has resigned from his position, cost him roughly $60 million. That's a chunk of change for people that aren't like me. You know, $60 million is a lot of money. I guess this is a word of warning to everyone else in my league, because I'm the commissioner now, Chase. Racism, sexism, homophobia, that will not be tolerated in this league. If you want to send topless pictures of the Washington football team cheerleaders, that is tolerated. You guys have my email address. Moving on to the power rankings. Now, I want to be clear. There are 2 power rankings in play. There always have been. There always will be. I am God. I determine between the 2 what we're going to actually determine for our league's power rankings. Okay? Now, my third-party data tells me that Team Murphy and the Piss Boys are actually still the number 1 team. I feel bad giving myself the number 1 spot after losing to such a sorry-ass team like the I'm Falcon Awesomes, owned by, we all know, Nick Wycliffe. So I'm going to turn for the number 1 spot to the ESPN power rankings. Let me tell you how ESPN configures their power rankings. Number 1 is purely who has the most points scored. Number 2, second, so on and so forth, all the way down to number 10th is the least points scored. I don't think that's a complete picture, but because I want to remain neutral and unbiased, because that's what I am. I'm a very rational, sensible, reasonable person. People always say that about me. They also say I'm cute, charming, funny, good-looking, and of course, humble. So, number 1, for the first time this year, it's not Team Murphy and the Piss Boys. It's going to be Chase Urias and the fantasy football team. Okay? Chase, stand up, take a bow. You have scored the most points this season. Okay, so congratulations to you. We're very proud of you. I'm just going to take a quick look here. And you did win with the season high, 191 points scored. That's unreal. Man, 191 points. I got nothing else to say. That is spectacular. That's one of the highest fantasy scores, maybe the highest fantasy score I've ever seen. This is a 10-man league, not a 12-man league. Still, we got a lot of sharks. We got a lot of sharps in this league. To be able to score that much is incredibly impressive. So, congratulations to the fantasy football team. You're number 1 this week. I will say in my power rankings through my private third party, I'm still number 1. We'll talk about that later. Low battery, 10%. We better hustle up. Number 2 on the week, that's right, Team Murphy and the Piss Boys. Congratulations, Nick Wycliffe. You scored a lot, right? 167 points. That's a lot. I put up a very respectable 139. was not respectable enough. I'm going to give you credit where credit's due. The Piss Boys are going to get hard. They're going to condition. Man, they got to make up for this embarrassing loss. Really what this is like, though, this is like when, 3-6 Northwestern comes into Kinnick Stadium, and they're playing an 8-0, 9-0 Iowa Hawkeyes. That's their bowl game, That is their game of the year. And my boys weren't ready, My boys just weren't ready. Now, you were playing your Super Bowl, but that's no excuse. That's no goddamn excuse. Give me a minute here because I need to cope with this. It was a hard loss. Number 3, the Sleepy Joes. Here's why I'm putting the Sleepy Joes at number 3. Some people around the league are going to be pissed off about that. I understand that. I don't care. They've had the most points scored against them, okay? And the Sleepy Joes are a respectable team. Now, they did score, I believe, the second lowest. That's right, the second lowest this week. They played against the team that scored 191, okay? But my power rankings tell me these guys are legit. And I think so, too. We'll see what happens, okay? That's all I got to say. Number 4 in the rankings. Number 4, right there. We have new team name. This team has found a way to win several times. Not this week, but they've been climbing the ladder. They've been doing well. They played a 1-3 team at the time and lost. Kind of like I did. Embarrassing, I know. This team, you feel like this team could really pop off, right? But they lack a lot of excitement. They lack a lot of creativity. And that's reflected in their team name. I think they should go back to the original team name. I thought it was a spectacular team name. But I'm not afraid of my girlfriend, so what do I know? I'm sorry, Tristan. I had to get the dig in. Team number 5, Team Moneyball. I said it from the start. I was nervous about this team, but I like this team. And I still like this team. Coach Jesse Cochran, owner Jesse Cochran, whatever I say, I don't really remember. I have one piece of advice for you, okay? You have made 0 moves. That means 0 trades, 0 roster pickups, 0 drops, 0, what are you doing? Man, you guys are going to start having bye weeks. You guys are going to have underperformers, overperformers. Look at the waivers, man. Look at some trades. I'm just saying 0 moves does not win championships. I've fallen susceptible to that in years past, okay? A hot start is only as good as a hot finish, right? Which is what I got from Dylan's mom the other night. Let's go. Anyway, Jesse makes some moves. All right, my brother. Team number 6, and it pains me. It pains me to say this. Nick Wycliffe and the I'm Falcon Awesomes. You're number 6 on the week. Oh, it hurt. It hurt. 167 points. That's respectable, man. That's really good, man. I'm moving on. That's all I can muster. Team number 7, the Steel City Sons of Bitches, the Thickety Thoughts, the Thick City Thoughts, whatever the heck they are. You're not the tallest midget. You're in the dog pack still. You're in the dog pack, man. Now, I will say, you only scored 104 points this week. I'm going to warn you. If you're the lowest scorer again next week, you're 10th. You're done. I'm through with my patience on you. You've had good weeks, bad weeks, mostly good. You've had some tough matchups, but you're on notice, okay? You're on notice. I liked you a couple weeks ago. Starting to hurt. I'm going to take a pause here because I wanted to compliment this whole league at the start, okay? Our lowest score of the week was 104 points, which you're going to have bad weeks from time to time. We had 2 teams score 120, 121, okay? And then the next lowest score was 127. We had guys put up on 130, 135, 139, and lost. We had a team put up 191. We had the worst team in the league put up 181 points this week. Guys, even the worst team in this league can be really, really good, okay? We're like the Big Ten, baby. like the Big Ten, baby. So, sorry to interrupt the power rankings. I know it's very unprofessional of me, and I pride myself on my professionability. But I wanted to compliment this whole league, okay? Because we have some absolute dogs in this league, even at the very bottom. Even the shortest of the midgets are dogs with fight and heart and grit and soul, baby. Back to the power rankings. Team Borat, owned by Michael McCormick. I don't mean to apologize. I don't mean to offend you, rather. Let me apologize. But you're 8th. You're tallest midget. You put up 141 points this week, which is good. And you won, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check that. You did win. You beat Tristan, which, I don't know. Anyway, you're tallest midget, 141. Very good. You're climbing the ladder. You've been at the bottom. You're sticking around there. But, keep chugging along. Keep chugging along. Number 9. This was a tough one. I'm going to give it to Coggin Balls. Giving it to Coggin Balls, maybe because he's returning champ, maybe because that's what my software tells me. That's all I got to say. Dylan, 181 points. I think you scored 90 points last week. You doubled points scored. What are you doing, man? You got some of Michael's special stuff? What's happening? What's happening, man? I love it. I love it. I'm proud of you. You're number 10 still, man. That hurts me to say it. Because I love Team Constance. I know you're a bottom-up kind of guy. Again, that's what your mom said. Just keep grinding. Keep working. I say it week in, week out, man. I love you, Dylan. I love this team. What a performance. And against the returning champ, I'm pretty sure, right? That's right, against the returning champs. You went and laid the woodshed, man. So, awesome. I want to talk about one thing quick here, which is the playoff picture, because I saw a pretty interesting statistic. This was provided to me by the ESPN platform, who, let's remember, when John Gruden was sending those disgusting racist emails, he was an employee of ESPN. People forget that. I don't forget that. But according to ESPN, Team Coggin Balls only has a 4% chance at making the playoffs. Bill, that better be a chip on your shoulder, my friend. You better show ESPN a thing or two, okay? While we're on that subject, everybody in the East, except for Chase Urias and the fantasy football team, has approximately a 25% chance to make the playoffs. Now, Chase has the second highest percent, according to ESPN, at 93%. Oh, what was that? Someone asked, who had the highest percent chance? Let me look that up. Oh, what do you know? It's Team Murphy and the Piss Boys with a 95% chance to make the playoffs. Anyway, I want to touch on one last thing before we wrap it up for the evening. My third-party private data, which I do not share with anyone, tells me that I have, through some metric I'm not sure, my power rankings kick out at 2,569 nice, 0.46. That is the highest in the league. Number 2 is Chase Urias and the fantasy football team at 2,480, which is about 90 less than me. Who's last, you might ask? It's Team Constance with 1,524.9. Over 1,000 units less than the number 1 team, which again, me. How does that work out? I don't really know, but they make me take a big list of numbers and plug it in and they crank it out, and so I like it. It seems like I'm doing a little bit of coding, which is, I don't know, I'm a hacker, baby. Anyway, matchup of the week this week, of course, number 1 versus number 2, Murphy and the Piss Boys versus the fantasy football team. This is going to be a fucking doozy, fellas. Let's just click over here real quick to the old fantasy cast. Looks like currently the only 2 4-1 teams in the league are projected at 134 points and 137 points. I have the slight edge on that right now. Let's take a look here. A couple questionables on both sides of the ball game. This would be a slugfest. I wouldn't be surprised if one team scored 100 and if one team scored 190. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams scored in the 130s. I mean, there's a reason you play the ball game, right? You don't know what happens until the end. So I'm going to leave you with that, boys. Signing off. Remember, drink Weller weeded bourbon if you can find it. I have to go to Illinois to buy it, but god damn it, is it good. What's a bottle of Jack Daniels cost? I don't know. I don't buy that bullshit. $35. This is $40 a bottle. Far superior. Go Hawks. Fuck the Cyclones.